Kevin Prater, developer of Standard and Berdan, the Standard Loft and the Berdan project with Richard Karp. It's interesting, we kind of fell into the development of even looking at Toledo. We were invited to come down and look at a different project, and that project was a project that really didn't interest us after about 5 minutes. And we started driving around and grabbed a bite to eat at the Spaghetti Warehouse, ironically, that day. And we came to see that the Standard building was available at the time, so we called the broker, and that was our first foray. We were able to make a deal. It took us about a year to make a deal with the seller. And we really liked it. One of the things that we enjoyed about Toledo in our first travel around and investigation was the amount of, I'll say, resources and buildings that need to be redeveloped. There seems to be a large stock back in 2006 when we first started looking. That's now diminished quite a bit. But we still see a lot of long-term investment possibilities for us here. And that's one of the keys to us being interested in the Toledo Warehouse District, and one of the things that's kept us interested in Toledo itself.
Brzezinski, owner of the Blarney Irish Pub, Vikasha's, and soon to come Brzezinski's Marketing Kitchen. At the time, 10 years ago, which is this year, when we looked at the building, I already went to Ireland knowing that I'm going to open an Irish pub, and I knew I needed a feel of more an older feel, and with a lot of brick, and the warehouse district just has all that feel. As soon as I walked in here, I mean, it was Gilbert Mailing at the time, I still felt something and I was looking all over Toledo for a space, and as soon as I walked in here, I knew right away that this was definitely the space. And even though we had to do a lot of renovation to bring back, or at least make it feel like an Irish pub, it felt, as soon as we exposed the plaster off the brick and exposed those arches, it just screamed Ireland to me, and those old Irish pubs. So they're really, and I'm so glad that I walked in this building, because I would have made a mistake moving anywhere else in Toledo.
It's been, when you try to locate a ballpark or an arena, the whole goal behind Fifth Third Field and its location was to place it in a place where we could see growth around it, and where we would see people walk a couple of blocks to the ballpark, maybe even 3 or 4, and then all of a sudden you have all this infill. So the bars, the restaurants, the small businesses, the law firms, the insurance agencies, the apartments and townhomes, and that's all happened. And you know what? I think if we didn't have the recession, we'd be even further along. So I think that's the only thing that's been the fork in the road. Mm-hmm. But now we're seeing another significant level of interest in investing in the warehouse district again. So mm-hmm. We're very excited about that and very pleased by it.
My name is Joe Mark. I live at 123 South Huron, and I work with IBC, who is an owner investor in the warehouse district. We went through Ann Albright's house just really to get ideas of how to decorate our place for the whole urban downtown look, and we just fell in love with that. I mean, her place is immaculate, and we fell in love with the possibilities there. And then we had this place was an unused office attached to a warehouse that we wanted to develop, and the plan was just to tear this down to promote the warehouse behind it. And as fate would have it, the excavator that was supposed to knock this down broke down. So while waiting for it to get fixed, decided to do a walkthrough of this building and thought, this actually doesn't really work as an office, but could make a pretty neat house. So we decided to just take that plunge and develop this as our home.